The lines are locked. 4, match day is near. 3, the plays are clear. 2, the picks are in. 1, let the show begin. Game on! It's that time again. Game on! Kicks and picks is back again. Game on! Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Game on! The guys are here and ready to go. Game on!
Welcome back again to Kicks and Picks podcast, here for the second time this week because, Nick, we spent 45 minutes or so talking about Premier League on Tuesday with Scotty. For some reason, because most years Serie A starts a week later, I just assumed it started next week. But Serie A also kicks off this weekend, which is our league that we like to watch and cover and, talk about. So we're going to quickly run through those lines. And also MLS, we did pretty nicely last night on the Wednesday picks midweek. We're going to look to back that up with another solid weekend of a full slate of matches, so we'll run through those as well. So, Nick, Serie A kicks off Saturday. We have a 4-game slate on Saturday, 2 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time games and 2 of the later in the afternoon matches as well, 2:45 Eastern Time. Yes, Eduardo, we do work. I am on vacation this week. Nick has a little bit of a later schedule, so glad you could join us live. I know it seems like we have no job, right? If only Kick the Picks made that kind of money for us.
It's not work when you love what you do here, man.
Yes. So it kicks off with champions Inter hosting Monza in the early slot, as well as Udinese Como. Very juiced on the champs at minus 525. Anything you like to play there?
Yeah. I don't remember how much we did or didn't talk about Monza. I really cannot say anything positive or negative about them. But if we expect Inter to win the league like we do, if we expect them to pick up where they left off, I think we can start off the season with Inter scoring 3 goals. Over 2.5. Team total is even money. I don't know. I mean, this just seems like one of those games where they get off to a super fast start to a newly promoted team. They're at home. Yeah. They're playing all by themselves. Anything else is really tough to find in this one.
Yeah. The only other thing I would say maybe is Lautaro to score even money. If they're getting 3, he's probably scoring against a team like this. Not a great number. If you think they score 3, maybe you like them to cover a 2-goal spread at plus 110. Because does Monza score? I don't know. That's another way you could look at it. Because then if they win 2-0, at least you get a push and you get an even plus money if they do hit. So it's another angle. But yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time on this one because I think they should win going away, and you just got to hope that they cover if you go with something. The one I do like in this time slot is Como. Como on the road at Udinese, finished in the top 4 to clinch a Champions League spot. We know they don't have to worry about Champions League quite yet. So in one match week, they kick off. I like them on the money line minus 125. You also like them to score some goals here.
Yeah, I think, first of all, let's give a little bit of credit. I know we glazed Como a lot last week. They've been a big topic for us over the past season. Good for them on making Champions League. I can sadly say I was wrong about how good they would ultimately wind up being. But they have kept their team together. They've reinforced. They look to be set up for another successful campaign. And they scored 2 goals for us just about every damn week that we bet them to score 2 goals. So their team total here in this one is sitting at minus 110. I like that. I know they are away. I know Udinese was kind of a solid team. I think they overperformed last year. They were definitely a thorn in people's side, right? They popped up and got goals and got results when maybe they weren't expected to. Yeah. But I just think this Como team is too good, and I don't really see a world where they're at full strength and they don't get 2 goals in this one.
Yeah, and their goal score numbers are pretty solid here. I like Paz goal or assist at plus 135. That's a pretty good number for him when you're getting a goal or an assist, any kind of goal contribution. Yep. Duvikas, if he starts up top, he had a really good year last year. He's plus 195 to score. I think those are both very playable numbers as well on player props that you don't always get on those kind of star players. They're still flying under the radar a little bit.
Baturina plus 180 as well.
Yeah, I was just looking at – I wanted to see how many assists he had last year because his goal or assist has to be solid, right? Because
plus 180.
Yeah, plus 180 because he's plus 370 to score. So he
plus
could also
350 for an assist.
Yeah. So he's in play as well. Another guy who is very solid for Como. He had last year 6 goals, 3 assists. So not bad for a guy who you're getting at close to plus 200.
Yeah, plus 105 shot on target, just for what it's worth.
Yeah. Do you like anything in these two later games? You have the Juve match Napoli at Genoa, Cagliari at Parma. We talked about how we're not really sold on Allegri. Is Genoa double chance at minus 105 in play here at home at the Marassi?
Maybe for you it is because of your boy coaching. I don't know. They went on. They were just largely not very good last year. Like if we think Napoli are going to have a regression, I don't know how good I think Genoa is. Right? They were in 16th place. They kind of fought relegation a little bit. I mean, Fiorentina was bad too, so it made them look competent maybe by comparison. But they started the year terribly. They went on that nice little run when they appointed De Rossi, and then they ended the season like almost as horrifically as they began it, right? So could they pull something at home week 1? Maybe. This game's probably a pass for me. I don't really know which way to go with it. I mean, I think a lot of people would be inclined to take Napoli minus 120, but could they slip up? I could see that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not so inclined to take Napoli minus 120. Normally I would take that probably in a match like this, but first week could see him slipping up, but I also don't know how much I trust Genoa if I'm not getting a full goal as coverage. So yeah, I agree with you there. Parma Cagliari, to me, no interest. I don't think much has happened in there. So we jump to Sunday. The games kick off a little bit later because we're still in August, so that they push them back a little bit in the day so it's not so warm. Frosinone, Juventus, Venezia, Lecce, both at 12:30 Eastern here on the East Coast of the United States.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Does Juve just win? I mean, I don't know. Frosinone, the same thing. Like I apologize to anybody who, I mean, we had a preview episode and we're talking about Lions week 1. I don't know a damn thing about these newly promoted sides. I really just haven't kept up with I haven't seen any moves like in the news, so I don't know what they're doing. Juve should smoke them, but
yeah, not taking them on the spread probably.
You know, yeah, I'm not backing Juve to win by 2. I'm not backing Juve to score 3 on their own. Could they do it? Sure, but I don't know. Probably a pass for me.
Little interest for me in Venezia money line at home against Lecce. We said Lecce is a relegation candidate. So I don't know. Yeah, I think Eduardo was referring to Gatti, right? He got hurt when fans rushed the field for Juve.
Oh yes, and dude jumped the fence and then tackled him from behind.
Yeah. So I don't know how much that hurts them on defensively against a team like Frosinone, but yeah, interesting going forward for them. Venezia is interesting to me at plus 125 on the money line at home against Lecce. If I'm having a good weekend up until then between the leagues we bet, that might be a play for me. I think they're the most likely team to stay up of the newly.
No, we talked about it. We talked about Lecce is a certain candidate to go down. If you buy into, sorry, Scotty's not here. If you buy into his theory of newly promoted sides at home week 1, Venezia is probably not a bad look. I would love them more on a little bit of a draw, no bet. Really, really chalky right now. It's like minus 160. I would say if that number comes down, I'd be interested in taking a stab. I don't know if I'm ready to go with a newly promoted side on the money line week 1.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I wish there was a little more to the draw no bet there. You could take a minus a quarter of a goal at minus 110. Get a little protection. If there's a draw, you get half your money back. If you do want to take a chance on Venezia there, so that could be in play too if you have Asian lines on your book. Later in the afternoon on Sunday, you have Torino hosting Milan and Atalanta hosting Sassuolo. I know there's an angle you liked on Sassuolo against your old boy Maurizio Sarri.
Yeah, listen, I think I don't really know what I'm expecting out of Atalanta. They've been so hot and cold the last couple of years. They used to be so consistent to bet on. They were the original Como, right? You could take Atalanta team total and take it to the bank and you were good. I think Sassuolo, man, they surprised a lot of people last year as well. They could surprise in this game. We got to take some upsets. I say every beginning of the season that upsets or how you make money. I got to put my money where my mouth is in this one. I'm looking at Sassuolo +1 at minus 105.
Yeah, and they were solid for us down the stretch last year. Remember, they pulled out some results. I think they put a dent in a couple, either Milan or Juve's Champions League hopes down the stretch too, and those teams started faltering. So yeah, they're in play. Yep. Milan, do you like them on the road? Do you trust them under Emery first match, or is that like maybe you got to wait and see?
Probably wait and see. I don't know. I don't think Torino are very good, but this screams like Torino gets a result 1-1, something stupid. I'm wondering if we go with Ramos in this one, provided that he starts plus 155 to get a goal. Just because we talked about him so much, if he gets a single goal, if he starts off week 1 with a goal, like the entire narrative, I think, around this Milan team shifts positively. So I would play that just to make it interesting, but I don't have a super strong opinion in this one. If Torino were getting a little more on the spread, I'd probably go with them. Eduardo, I like 100% where your head's at. But you know,
Tell you what, though, if you like anyone in particular to score from Torino, you're getting the shortest odds are plus 310 on Simeone. So if you think they get a goal and you like someone in particular from that group of players that starts for them, there is a lot of value for them there.
Vlasic plus 450.
Yeah,
that's a big one. I wonder what he is to get a shot.
Let's see, player props. Let's move down.
Plus 110 shot on target.
Okay,
it's not bad.
Yeah, I'm curious what both teams to score is in this. If you think Torino can get one, both teams to score is minus 125.
I like that. I like that
could be a play too.
Definitely. Yeah. Good shout. Definitely like that.
Yeah. And then Monday, we get 2 Monday matches here. We get Bologna hosting Lazio, Roma hosting Fiorentina on Monday. So your side and my side. I know we are definitely fading your side, correct?
No doubt about it. I don't think there's anything good to say about Lazio. There's nothing to do with them. Bologna, I think, have had probably a mediocre summer. They've lost Castro, which is not good for them. Mm-hmm. But they've got to be better than Lazio. Lazio are just going to be absolute fade territory until we see anything out of them.
Yeah, they lost Castro, but they did pick up Piccoli, experienced striker. They did get Dovbyk from Roma. You still have players like Bernardeschi there, Jonathan Rowe, Cambiaghi, or Cellini. So they still got quite a few players that are experienced, quality players in Serie A for that level. I like the plus 110 at home here.
Yeah, Lukumi, I don't think he left yet, right?
Yeah, he hasn't left yet, yeah. If he starts, that's also a good point there. Yeah, Lazio, they can't even get a signing over the line. So
no.
Got the guy
couldn't even sign a player on a free transfer. So
yeah.
In this one, the under is so chalky, but I totally see like a 2-0 Bologna win in this one.
Yeah, I can see that too. And then we go to the last match of the weekend. My side, Roma, minus 185 at home against the Fiorentina side, plus 425 that everybody seems to be talking about because of all their transfer business, but they're still huge underdogs at the Olimpico. I do like Roma to win. I'm not going to bet them at minus 185. I don't like them enough against a side like Fiorentina to maybe cover a minus 1. It could take the minus 1. That's something I might do at minus 105. And I think, in my opinion, maybe you push at worst. But yeah, the money line is out of play. What do you like here?
Yeah, I mean, how do we feel about Roma? I mean, they picked it up obviously late in the season last year. Do we trust their offense to finally come good the way that it is on paper? If we do, I like the over. Just the over in the game, over 2.5 at minus 115. I definitely see Roma putting in a couple. I do see them winning this game. They're going to put a lot of the Fiorentina lovers, I think, on ice here week 1. But man, I don't know if he's moving, not moving, whatever. Moise Kean, if he plays, is plus 300 to get a goal. I think that's pretty insane for pretty much the only likely guy to score for Fiorentina.
I also like Malin, 2+ shots on target. He peppered goalies last year. 2+ was often in play for him. And if Roma dictates play at home, like I think they are going to try to do, plus 135 seems very much in play for 2 shots on target. Plus 120 to score is not great. I think you look other places, maybe at like a Dybala at plus 190, who's hot in the preseason, would be the guy taking the penalties most likely. But yeah, I think there's angles you could play here. Goal or assist for Dybala is plus 105, not bad. He's involved in a lot. And he looks very sharp early on in the preseason.
Yeah. Eduardo is saying the Lukumi signing did go through.
Yeah, I don't see him on the roster anymore for Bologna, so he is gone.
Interesting. And that was like cheap, right? Wasn't it only like 20 million or something? I thought it wasn't getting done because they wanted more money.
Yeah, I guess they pushed it through, but
all right.
I don't know how much it helps your team because they stink pretty bad. But
no, don't make a difference.
All right, so that's the Serie A weekend. Let's jump over to Major League Soccer here in North America in the United States. Like I said, we had a pretty good weekend, midweek after a
Really
rough
good
weekend
midweek.
where luckily we
Yeah.
didn't give those picks out. And we have a full slate again on Saturday. So just like we did the other day, I'll throw out like 3-4 matches. You tell me what you like in any of those matches, and we'll go to the next set. So the night opens on Saturday with Atlanta hosting Sporting KC, Inter Miami hosting Toronto, Cincinnati hosting Seattle, and Red Bulls hosting Chicago Fire.
Yeah, so listen, we've hit the point in the season. I said it last show where like over 3.5 is kind of the play for just about every game, right?
Yeah.
We're not getting favorable numbers to bet the over, but all of these numbers are coming through. And if I go back, I mean, let me back it up with some actual statistics here. If we look at the games, 3 goals, 3 goals, 6 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals, 3 goals, 1, 2, 3, 1, 7, 3, 2, 3, 3, 4. So like goals.
So the only game with 1 goal was the game I was at, and they didn't score till 90.
No, Vancouver,
okay.
Houston had 1 goal, and Galaxy San Jose had 1 goal.
Oh, that's right. So, that's right. Yeah, late in the night.
So goals are coming through. I'm not going to say blindly take it, but let's pick some spots. So I was looking at, hold on, it just escaped me. Orlando, Real Salt Lake over 3.5 at -115. I think Salt Lake have been really good. I know they had that rough loss to Dallas. We were on Dallas, so I mean,
7-goal match though.
Worked out for us, but a 7-goal match. And Orlando, yeah, they've kind of figured it out a little bit, but they still have, I think, the worst defense in the league by far. So to me, that's just a recipe for goals. I think we could play the over 3.5 in this one.
Yeah. Other match I like, one of the ones I mentioned before, right on the cusp of playable right now. Cincinnati at home -145. I might lock that in soon because I don't think it goes in our favor.
I got a good number because I'm looking at -170.
Wow. So right now DraftKings is -145. Seattle has been terrible. Lost again yesterday at home. Now they got traveled across the country.
Beat up everybody on the team.
Yeah, they're not playing well. They lost to Austin, who hasn't been very good. I like Cincy there. I'm thinking he's probably not going to be playable, but Evander scored the winner last night. Plus 110
for a goal.
I got plus 110 here. Wow, it's usually you have better numbers than Scott and I here. So yeah, I think that's in play. He's been very hot. Inter Miami, do you think they get 3 or cover the spread against Toronto?
I don't know. I mean, Toronto played a 3.
So bad, right?
Toronto played a 3-3 game, and they were down a man and scored 2 goals to come back. So I mean, we got to take Inter Miami overs until they don't come through.
Yeah.
Right. They're scoring. Their defense is fucking terrible. So yeah, it's -130, but I'll rock it.
Yeah. Hit for us last night against Philly. We got the 2-2 match. Yep. I saw Philly had one called back. Could have been a 5-goal match. So yeah, I like that. Can't really touch Atlanta Sporting just because Atlanta now is -155. Even though they're heating up, you're probably not going to go there that far with them. I like the Fire at the Red Bulls plus 120. They're playing very well.
Yep.
Red Bulls missed a couple really good chances last night right in front of me. And then ended up conceding in the 90-plus minute to Nashville. Kind of a little hard done in that one because they lost to the best team in the league very late, and it matched that. Nashville had 2 goals for tight off, called back for tight offside too. But Red Bulls could have been up in that match. But I still think the Fire are too good. With Lewandowski playing, I think they're ripe for goals. I think that's where I'm going there.
Yep. Plus
Charlotte, DC. If Charlotte had won last night, I'd say, yeah, I'm all on Charlotte -120. But blowing that lead up a man, I can't trust them. DC is not reliable either, so I'm skipping that. Pass. I agree with you in that Orlando over I like. Montreal hosting the Galaxy. I still don't really trust either team. Is this like an under match, though?
Maybe it is.
LA's been a lot of unders.
The way you're reading matches is different than mine. So.
Oh yeah, they're listed on the book, probably different order.
For the odds here.
I like the under 3 almost at -125 because then if you get 3, you're pushing. And that's not a bad number because LA Galaxy matches aren't very high scoring lately.
Definitely not. I'm almost wondering if this is a Galaxy double chance. Can they get something? But I'm not really sold in this one. Probably a pass.
Nashville hosting the Crew, Austin hosting Philly, and St. Louis hosting the Dynamo. I like Nashville at home at -140.
Definitely.
I know they didn't play great last night, but Columbus is coming off a home loss, and they got to travel to Nashville. I like that -140 number on them.
Best team in the league. Got to rock with them.
I think the Union are very much live at +105 on the road. Austin has been shaky. They did beat Seattle yesterday, but like we said, Seattle's really banged up. Philly went toe-to-toe with Miami, maybe unlucky not to win that match with the way they had that. I didn't see the highlights, but I did see that they had one called back.
Yep.
Kevin Sullivan will be suspended for this one after
Suspended.
the red card, but
Yeah.
they've been playing much better.
Yeah. Listen, Austin too. They've been scoring a lot of goals. So I kind
Maybe
of
an over.
like over. You probably have to go to 3.5 for this one. But I like the over. I think this should be an entertaining game.
I didn't realize the over 3 was so playable at -105. That's
Yep. That's
I think
probably
that's
where I'd
well
go.
within the realm of possibility. You could even go 2.75 to get a half cash on a 3 at -135 is not bad either.
I like it.
Yeah, I do like that. Team total for Philly, I think, also in play -125. So maybe the better route to go here is goals. I agree with you there after looking at these numbers. Iloski +145, Damiani +215. Solid numbers on them. They've been playing pretty well too since this team started to turn around after the World Cup. And then St. Louis let us down last night with that draw. We had them on the money line. They were one of my favorite plays of the night. Let us down at Sporting KC. They're hosting a Houston side that we got a great result with. We had them on the spread +1 at Vancouver. They won that game outright 1-0.
Sure did.
I kind of, I probably will take the protection of the draw no bet, but I really like the money line number at +225 on Houston the way they're playing.
Yeah, I'm looking at +260. They're actually -120 on the double chance. St. Louis has been better as well. Their defense is actually pretty solid, but Houston's playing great ball right now. I think they're top or close to top in the West. Plus half a goal at -120 is where I'm at.
Yeah, that's a really good number. Mine's -145 on DraftKings, but I could get the draw no bet, I think, at +120 or +140. So I'm probably sitting there, but I will be tempted, depending on how everything's going for the weekend. If I'm up some money, I might take a shot at that money line because they've been playing really well. Another team that's been really good to us lately, that quietly climbing the table as well, FC Dallas. They're at that same Vancouver side who lost to Houston. I getting +450 on it. I know they concede more than Houston does, but when you can get them on the spread +1 at +115,
that's where I'm at.
Plus goal and a half is -150, so it's like on that cusp. If you want that extra protection, you can cash on a 1 goal loss there at -150. I'm leaning Dallas spread here.
Dallas +1, absolutely. They've been insane for us. Like I said, they cover just about every week.
Yeah.
Peter Musa is leading the league in goals. He's +170 to score. I don't think that's a bad shout.
Not at all.
Whenever it's available. Could Vancouver bounce back? I think they probably will feel like they need to. They've been on a pretty shitty run at home, but Dallas is way too hot right now to ignore.
Yeah, agreed. And then the match week closes out. All these matches are Saturday this week, except for the last one. LAFC hosting Portland, Earthquakes hosting Minnesota, San Diego hosting Colorado. Then Sunday we have the Revolution hosting NYCFC. LAFC rotated a lot yesterday. Lost on an own goal 1-0. -155 though. I don't know if I trust it. Timbers got a win yesterday against San Diego.
Pass for me.
Yeah. Earthquake falling fast. Lost up a man. Conceded up a man to lose 1-0 to the Galaxy, as we referenced earlier. Minnesota just stinks. They lose to everybody lately. Who was it they lost to last night? Somebody not that good. I remember you saying was it
terrible.
Atlanta?
Yes.
Yeah. So to me, that might be an under match.
I was going to say under 3.5 at -140. I might take a stab.
Yeah, that might be the under match because neither team's been scoring much. Both teams have fallen off. San Jose started the year so hot. We had that future that you were smart enough to cash out, Nick, because if you did not, you plummeted.
Listen, I put in a future. I think they were +40,000 or something ridiculous like that. For $100, I cashed out $240. I mean, I don't know, for a month and a half worth of work. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. San Diego hosting Colorado. Colorado got that win against LAFC yesterday. I don't know if you like anything there.
Yeah, San Diego's been better. I don't know. I don't know if there's enough goals in this game to take an over. I think San Diego probably deserves the respect at home. But they haven't been great either. It's probably a pass for me in this
Lost
one.
that game to Portland yesterday in Portland 3-1, so probably pass there. Revolution. Of course, when I bet them, they slip up. I didn't bet them yesterday because I didn't trust them after they blew a match on us the week before, and they went on the road and won at DC. +125 at home. I don't know if, NYCFC, I think, has lost 4 in a row now. want to see what the
So
draw bet is
what
here.
I'll say is
Minus
I have been
145.
I've been wrong on NYC just about every bet that I've made. I don't think I've hit a bet on them so far. Revs at home at plus 130 is kind of staring at me. They've been good. They're at home. They've climbed up to fourth place very quietly, and they've done it on the heels of, I think, the second best defense in the conference. So I kind of like
they have the second best home record in the East behind only Nashville, who is leading the whole league in overall points. So
there you go. And I'll tell you what, Carlos Hill, who's like the best player probably in this game, is, even money score or assist plus 210 to get a goal.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm leaning Revs just because NYC hasn't been good. And since he got us just over the line yesterday against them, late Evander goal.
Yep.
We were worried that since he was going to be the team to let us down because they have done that to us a few times. Yeah, I think as long as Saturday goes well, I'm looking at New England on Sunday as
definitely
money line bet. All right. That wraps the weekend, Nick. If you haven't tuned into our EPL preview for week 1, it is up on YouTube as well. We go a little more in depth in those matches. There's a little bit more to talk about. And if you are riding any of these picks or you have any other picks you like, leave them in the comments. If you're a new listener, subscribe. We go weekly live with now that the season's back, Premier League, Serie A, and as long as it's still going through November, MLS. So thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you guys again next week.
Good luck.